Christian, what did you say for number 1? Read what you have on your paper. So then you didn't say anything. Okay, so write something down, please. Yes.
I would put the pizza because it's the lowest for both of the grades.
Thank you. Chris V, what do you have?
Unfortunately, I would cut pizza from the menu because it had the least amount of people buy.
Unfortunately, he doesn't. He particularly likes pizza, but if you're looking at group mass food, maybe that has to go. Okay, Miss Seymour has another idea. Let's hear what that idea is. Somebody to read. Thank you, Jerry.
Miss Seymour just thought of an idea, and she thinks it will help cut the cafeteria costs. She is recommending that 2 lunch periods be created, one for the 9th graders and one for the 10th graders. She thinks that if 2 lunch periods exist, she can keep all 4 meal choices, but just cook the lesser amount of certain choices, thus cutting costs.
Do you think Miss Seymour should present this idea to principal?
No.
Okay. All right, I'm hearing some no's. Back it up with some reasoning. Why do you think it's stupid? Write it down. Okay. Do you think she should tell the principal about this idea? I hear some people saying no. Why do you think? And then B, which graph would you recommend Miss Seymour use? Well, I guess you're not in favor of Miss Seymour's proposition, so when she's talking to the principal.
Genius.
Okay, we're doing number 2, A and B. We have 2 lunch periods.
Yes.
Talk at your tables. What do you think? Brody, what'd you write?
No, because then you couldn't chat with your 10th graders.
Okay, so aside from the money, he wants to see his friends. What the heck is lunch for? Part of it's eating, but part of it's relax. Yes.
I feel like it's double the work, and it's also easier just to cook a large amount for like a lot of kids, and it's like you don't feel like put everything away, get everything again, and then do it all over again.
So you're thinking about it less about the cost of food and more about the work involved and the time involved. Okay.
And therefore, like the principal have to pay more.
All right. So you think it's going to cost money for the person to work and not really save that much in the terms of the food? Yes, Imogen.
I said no because she would have to cook twice as much of the food that both the classes like, and instead of feeding the general population, so that means you have to buy more ingredients and stuff, and that costs more money.
Okay, so you're buying nugget ingredients and pizza ingredients on the same day, and you think ultimately it's just not going to work. I guess some of it might depend on how big her school is.
But I don't think it would work because it's not just the school of 9th and 10th graders, there's the other 2 grades that you have to
You would
so
think.
where are they going to go?
Yeah.
And then you have to think about the other kids as well to feed them. That's going to cost you more money.
Yeah. Interesting. I think you have some good points. Now, Right now, go ahead, put away your books, please, and sit down with your stats project partner. Stats project partner.
We need our computer drawers.
Yes.
Rudy. Rudy. Yeah, full. Go full. Rudy, you're our
Sitting down with stats project partner. Oh, that's. Okay, so group topic. Okay. Brody, who's in your group?
hold up.
Brody,
Rudy and Jerry.
spell your name. O-U or O-E?
U-E-E-F.
What's your topic?
How many siblings you have?
I'm going to say family to make it big. I need groups to share with me a link to their presentation. If you haven't started one yet, start one and share it with each other. Okay, you're going to go in Google Drive and do a Google Slide presentation. And there's my email to share it with me. Okay, so Kenya and Jacqueline. What's your topic?
How many pictures do you have in your phone?
So I'm going to put phone and okay, I'm going to use it by a general topic right now because when you start doing other questions, you might expand that. Chris V, who's your partner? What's your topic?
How many hours do you play
Video games. Okay. Anna and Myra. Shoes. Okay. Memo, who are you with? Memo. Martine. What's your topic? Pizza? I'm going to call yours food. We may call it pizza later. You may want to branch out. Tony and Christian. What's your topic? Fruit? Okay. Ernesto.
How many pets
Do you have a partner, Ernesto? Brian. And Brian, do I have enough A's?
No.
No.
BRA.
Oh no.
Andy, Imogen. What's your topic? Okay. Now, first, Oscar. How can I forget Oscar? Oscar, who are you with?
Chris.
What's your topic? How many what? Phones. Okay, so step one, you've already done your question and you've got your question one data. Step two, you're starting this PowerPoint and you're going to start organizing things. I gave you a template. Hello? Stop that, please. I gave you a template in Map 1 Google Classroom. Okay? I've shown you some examples. You need to have a title page. You need to have an introduction. Then you start working question one. The first thing you do is tell people what your question one is. What's the second thing that you do? With your question one data, what are two kinds of charts you need? Histogram, box, and whisker. If you're going to do a histogram, I would encourage you to use something like this Google Sheet. Okay? Once you're in Drive and you push Create, it goes Doc, Sheets, Presentation. Okay? For example, if I was going to do a histogram, Andy, what was your data? What were you guys talking about?
How many pets do you have, like overall, and then dogs,
Pets.
and then other?
Okay, so I'm going to go 2, 4, 3, 0, 1, 1, 2, and 10. Suppose this was Andy's data. To make a histogram, the first thing that he's going to do is somewhere on a sheet make a list. All I did was push the number and push return and went down to the next line. Once I have the data in a list, maybe I need to title it. This is question number 1. Maybe I'll use this sheet for something else later. So I'm going to highlight that data. And now I go up to Insert, Chart. Chart's down at the bottom. There's actually a key up in the menu, but Insert Chart looks like a little bar graph. Chart. It pops up a bunch of options, okay? So I'm looking at these options. They have a bar graph, pie graph. That's not the only option. Right here, I see an option that says histogram. Awesome, that's what I need. Click on histogram. Then I'm going to customize this chart because right now it's pretty generic. The first thing that I'm going to do is give it a title. I clicked on the tab for customization. I'm going to call this pets, or how many pets do you have? Question. Okay. Once I move on, that's going to pop in the title of the chart. The next thing I need is both axes labeled. I need eyeballs up here. You use this scroll bar in the customization to move down where it says axis in red. It says horizontal right now. Okay. What this horizontal is that is a number of pets, right? We had some between 0 and 2, some between 2 and 4, 2 and 6, and then I see this one person had 10. That's what this box is over here. So horizontal is number of pets Now, to do the vertical, I go back up here, and there's a drop-down menu. Horizontal, I can change into talking about vertical. Notice that number of pets has shown up down here on my chart. Okay, so I'm in customization, and I'm using the axis feature. Now, this is the number, this is frequency. This is the number of people who responded that way. Only one person said they had 10 pets. 3 people said they had between 0 and 2 pets. That's what the first graph is. So let's call the left vertical frequency. And what that means is the number of people who answered that way. I mean, you could say people, but as we're learning this, that frequency term is important in stats. It's how many answers did I get like that. Okay, there, I push enter. Now I have a title, and I have both axes labeled. And yeah, that looks like my data. That looks pretty good. Now I need to make this smaller so I can find my insert button. Insert. There's a table that shows up on my chart. I can move it because it's covering up my data. Let's move it over a little bit. And then the other thing that I can easily do is I go right here to this little drop-down arrow. Do you see copy chart? Once you have a Google slideshow open, it's really easy to copy that chart off of a what do you call this thing, sheet, and then go ahead and paste it on over into your slideshow. Okay. What would we say about distribution on this? This is a distribution skewed to the right. Okay, it's skewed to the right because there's one person with a lot of pets. Okay, otherwise it's kind of clumped together. What's the median? Looks like it's about between 2 and 4, okay? And but we do have an outlier of one person with 10. So you're going to have to say some stuff like that. The majority of the respondents looks like they're between 0 and 4. And then there's one outlier, okay? I would also put this same kind of data into my calculator and get stuff like the Q1, Q3, and stuff like that. Questions? Okay, so one thing I want you doing, if you haven't already started your slideshow, is start your slideshow. Share it with me, please. Share it with me. And I'm going to go ahead and then put a link on into this thing right here. You have time right now to work on this. You have time right now to work on homework packet with the graphing calculator.
Are you sure?
So for ours, that's like
Are you going to be?
we have a really intensive.
Okay. Here's going to explain something like that.
Well, there's animals and
I just kind of wanted to get an overall picture of what was going on.
Sit down in your seat.
Watch this crawl from the ball.